Hello, I'm Sophia Lopez reporting to you live for SpartanTV News. Saturday's casino-themed prom night sparked a bunch of commotion. The week before prom, there was much gossip over formal dress attire. The Facebook prom dress page was released to the administration. Supposedly, some girls had to return their dresses and didn't get to wear their original preferred dress. I am here today to hear from teachers and students about last week's dress stress. Who informed you of the dress page?
A couple of students reached out to me and just said, "Hey, Miss Kelly, you should check out some of the dresses kids are wearing to prom. Is this even allowed?" And I'm really not in charge of prom, so, and it's never really, the dresses have never been an issue before, so I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. And then some other kids came in and said, "Do you think this is an appropriate dress to wear to prom?" And I was surprised, to be totally honest with you, that parents would let their kids wear that to prom.
I mean, I'm not saying that they should dress inappropriately, but I think that if the girls were comfortable with what they wear, and I think if they liked it, I think that they should be allowed to wear whatever they want because it's prom, and I think that every girl should feel beautiful, and I just think that they shouldn't take that away from them.
I believe that you are entitled to do what you would like to do, and if the school feels differently, then they can act differently. So I do think that the females did dress appropriately, some here and there occasionally, but yes, those ladies did dress appropriately.
Again, I was like, whoa, oh, okay, hello. I was surprised that people chose those dresses, and it just kind of shows me, in a way, I was like, oh, good, the kids really are taking leadership of the prom, and they feel like it's their event, and they don't look at it as a school event. But I'm like, you guys have to keep in mind, I mean, the forms that we have to sign for the transportation and for the behavior, there'll be no drugs, no alcohol. They came into effect because students were kind of taking advantage of the freedom they have. They were coming to prom after having made some iffy decisions, and they were showing up anytime, and we had to put things in place.
Overall, prom went pretty great. The boys looked handsome and the girls looked beautiful. People had a marvelous time. It is important to follow the dress code regardless of your body shape. Once again, I'm Sophia Lopez for SpartanTV News signing out. See you at prom next year.
Hello, I'm Daniel Dano reporting to you live from Miami Country Day School for SpartanTV News. Do you ever wonder about the who, what, when, how, and where about the senior projects? Well, me too. Mrs. Schultz has been the director of the senior projects for several years. Can you tell us what your duty calls for?
Hi. My duties are numerous. I start in the fall by meeting with the seniors and introducing the senior project and the expectations to them. And then there are several steps that culminate with the senior project itself at the end of the school year in May. And then we have presentations in the gym. So throughout this process, I try to keep the students informed and organized. And I basically supervise everything that needs to happen.
Do you have any advice for the rising seniors?
I definitely do. Do not procrastinate. That is my advice. We have a lot of very interesting, very capable students. And I have noticed over the years, both in the classroom and during the senior project, if they don't do well, it's mostly because they delay, they try to do things at the last minute. And this is, I think, the worst thing they can do, especially as far as the senior project is concerned. So one more time. Keep yourselves organized, don't procrastinate, and the results are going to be amazing.
10 seniors have been on campus working, and I caught up with Jordan Morris and Alessandra Centenary to discuss the projects.
Mrs. Davis and I are co-producing and co-writing a radio play detailing the Civil War as told through the eyes of Charles Mallory Harper.
My senior project, I'm working with Miss Carol Kelly, where I'm basically helping her with camp stuff. So.
Absolutely. Working with Ms. Davis is definitely a challenge. So that's the way work is supposed to be.
In terms of understanding the business aspect of camp, and that it's really not all fun and games. So we do have weird moments. Like I had to call a pony rental place the other day, so that was pretty interesting. But yeah, it's really helpful in seeing the business world and understanding that, and interacting with other people, calling them, so.
Senior projects really do help seniors understand how the real world will be, just like Ms. Schultz said. I can't wait till I'm a senior so I could do mine. For Spartan TV News, I'm Daniel Dana reporting to you live from Miami Country Day School.
Hello, my name is Bridget Lewin reporting to you from Miami Country Day School for Spartan TV News. Students at Miami Country Day School are finishing the year with a lot of uncertainties. The building of our new parking lot, the supposed 7-minute change in our schedule, and the new Spectrum building. Right now is being used for maintenance and its fate is uncertain. I'm on the hunt for answers.
So there's been a lot of rumors going around on what this new Spectrum building is going to be. So can you give us an insight on what it is really going to be?
Sure. Been lots of conversations about the Spectrum property and what's the best use for it. And after months and months of discussion and looking at a variety of different options, we've decided that it's going to be the new home for foreign language. That will take up a significant part of the space, and there will also be a space provided towards the back for the co-op program, the outdoor education program.
So when will this process be started, and when do you think it will be completed by?
Well, it won't be ready for the 2015-16 school year.
Will this interfere with the parking lot construction they're doing now, or
no? Those are really kind of two separate spaces, and the parking and the traffic plan in the garage, they're all designed independent of what we call the Spectrum property, which will become the foreign language facility. One day, at some point in the future, I suspect that building will be torn down and will probably become athletic field space. But before that happens, we'll have to build another classroom building.
How do you think this will affect the students and the teachers?
The classrooms that the teachers will have in this new space, there'll be larger classrooms. So there'll be more classrooms. The classrooms we have will be larger, so it will be nicer to teach in them, and then it will positively impact middle school science, because they're going to be able to create larger science spaces for middle school.
We've heard from the head of school that the Spectrum building will be used for classes, but the future after a few years still remains uncertain. For Spartan TV, this is Bridget Lewin reporting.